In this project we will be designing this custom-made headphone stand, and the goal here is to learn how to make these ribs. For example, we will make one and then copy them all around the object, so quite a cool and powerful feature. And it is made out of two parts. The top part is printed in blue, of course, and the bottom in black. And then later on I just glue these parts together, and very sturdy. So how it works, just have on your desk and then just place the headphones like this. And you can see these selling on Amazon a lot, so quite a good opportunity there as well. All right, let's start modeling. Let's model this headphone stand. It is made out of two parts, the top part here and also the bottom part, which is the base. We will start by creating the main form for the top part, and then we will create these ribs one by one. I will show you how to pattern them, and then we'll connect the base to the main body. Let's open up a new design. Let's create a sketch and choose the front plane, and I will create a slot. Choose slot and the midpoint one, the center point slot. The first point goes in the center, the second point goes vertical up, and the third point goes to the side. Let's give this slot a dimension, and I'll take this line, and this is 168 millimeters, enter, and this radius is 26 millimeters. Now we need to offset this line here, so under modify, choose offset. I'll pick this line, and the offset will be minus 9 millimeters. Okay. Once that is done, we can exit the sketch, and let's extrude the main form. Extrude tool, and this profile I will extrude 25 millimeters, and the extrusion will be, direction will be set to symmetric. So on both sides we will extrude 25. Operation set to new body, click OK. Now let's create another sketch, and this time I will choose this midplane here. So this one, and I need to create a section sketch. I can do that by under create, project include, intersect. And the selection filter is set to bodies, and if I click this body and click OK, you can see that I have created a section sketch, and if I hide the bodies, I can do a sketch now. I can press this button, look at, to make the sketch straight again, zoom in. Now let's create an arc, under create, arc, and I'll pick this first one, 3-point arc. The first point goes up here, and the second point goes also on this line, and the third point goes here. Escape. Give this a dimension. From this arc point to the side will be 3 millimeters, and the same for the other side. Also 3 millimeters here. And the radius for the arc is set to 80. Enter. Finish sketch. Let's turn on the bodies. We will use this arc to make a sweeping cut. We can do that by under create. If I choose sweep function, now I need to zoom in a little bit, and the first thing that I need to select is the profile, and this time it's this one. And the type is set to single path, and the path we need to select, it's this outline here. And you can see a preview of the cut. The distance is set to 1, so full cut all around, and the orientation is set to perpendicular, operation cut. Okay? So with one easy sweep function, we have turned the shape into something more interesting. Now let's create the ribs, and for that we need to create another sketch. So create sketch, and this time pick this plane here, the front plane. And again, we need to create a section sketch. Under Create, Project Include, Intersect, and select the body here. Click OK. So we have the intersection visible now. If I hide the body and look at the sketch, I will zoom in a little bit here, and let's create a circle on this top arc here in the middle. Escape, and the sketch dimension, I will give it a 3 mm diameter. Finish sketch. Turn on the body, and now all that's left to do is to extrude this one. Extrude, select both of these profiles, and just drag out until it disappears into the form. Around 20 mm, and the operation is set to join, and the direction is symmetric. Okay. We have created one rib, and now we will pattern it all around the shape. We can do that by using the pattern tool under Create, Pattern, and this time it's Pattern on Path. The object type we need to set to Features, and the objects, it will be the last extrude function in the timeline. And when I click the extrude function, you can see the rib lights up, so it indicates that's the correct one. And for the path, we need to select also this outline. And here we will set the direction to symmetric, and we can use this arrow to drag how far we want to copy these objects. And here, if I set the quantity to 51, you can see it gives me a preview. The orientation needs to be set to path direction, and the compute type needs to be identical. And I will drag the arrow somewhere here. So we will have a connection here, so we don't need to have the ribs all around, but let's keep them at this distance here. And let's say 225 millimeters will be the distance. And you can play around with these values, of course. Okay. And you can see the ribs are in place. Now we can create the base. And for that we need to create a new plane. Under Construct, Offset Plane, and I'll choose this one, the bottom plane, and drag it down minus 121. So minus. Okay. And we can use this plane to create a sketch now. Create sketch. Pick this plane, and let's create a circle, center diameter circle, and I can't see the midpoint of the sketch plane, so I'll just rotate the body, and now you can see it's under here. Pick this point and just drag out and give this circle a dimension of 105. Enter. Finish sketch. And let's extrude the form. I will extrude up 11 millimeters, and make sure the operation is set to new body. It might try to do the join function, but don't do join, set it as new body. So now you can see in the bodies folder we have two separate bodies, top and bottom, and let's give the base some details now. Under Modify, let's pick the chamfer tool, and let's create a chamfer on this edge. If I drag down, you can see it creates like a chamfer, but this time I will set the type to 2 distance chamfer. So this allows me to specify two different distances. One is on the side and one is downwards. And for downwards value, I will set it to 4. And for the side value, I will set it to 25. Oh no, let's do it 30. Or even 35. 35 will be good. Okay. That's looking nice. And okay. Now let's create a connection between these two parts. I will create a new sketch. Create sketch and pick this top face here. And let's create a slot. Create slot and center point slot. The first point goes in the center. The second point goes up like here and then here. Escape. We can hide the top body to see better our sketch. Let's give the slot a dimension, and the center line is 30 millimeters and the radius is 5. Finish sketch. Now I can hide the base, turn on the top, and let's extrude this profile. Extrude and select all of these pieces of the slot and just drag up until it connects to the top and the operation is set to join. So we will combine these two bodies and click OK. Now we need to make this piece a little bit longer, so we can use a secondary extrude function to extrude it down additional 8 millimeters. Operation set to join. OK. Now we need to cut this slot also in the base. So hide the top body, show the base, and if I go in the sketches folder, I can turn on the last sketch and just use this to extrude it downwards. So extrude down, make a cut all the way through. Okay. Hide the sketch. That's looking good. And now we need to create a tolerance gap so these parts would fit together. I'll hide the top body and use the press pull function and select all these inner faces of the slot. The offset type, let's set it to new offset, and the distance will be minus 0.2 millimeters. So just a small gap so the parts would fit together. Now let's add some final details with the fillet tool. Under modify fillet, I'll choose this, and these two edges and give it 1 millimeter fillet. Okay, and for the bottom I'll give a fillet here as well, and the value will be 5 millimeters. Okay. To inspect the connection, we can use inspect section analysis. So we can have a temporary view of how the part would look like if it would be cut in the middle here. We can use this arrow to see different parts of the section, but in the middle it's fine. Okay. And now if I zoom in, I can see there is a little gap here, so the connection is fine. It will work nicely. You can turn on and off this section view in the analysis folder. You can see there is section 1. If I hide it, the body turns back to normal. The model is finished now and we can export it for printing. We will print both parts separately. First the top part, and the layer height is 0.2, 15% infill, and the type is rectilinear. I have also enabled supports. They will be needed here where there is an overhang, but other than that it's quite simple. Everything looks good. I can see the infill, I can see the support, and the print time will be 2 hours 46 minutes and 93 grams of material. For the base I have almost the same settings, but I have decreased the layer height to 0.16 so that this transition would look nicer. So the smaller the layer height, the better it will look. But I want to keep the print time reasonable, so I'll set it to 0.16. Everything looks good in the preview, and the print time will be 57 minutes and 36 grams of material. Let's print.